Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Overwatch stream here at Esports Ohio. I am Carter, and I'll be bringing to you today our reserve quarterfinals here for the sponsored season for our reserve teams. Our three tiers in Esports Ohio go club, then reserve, then premier. So this is going to be our reserve quarterfinals here. A match between Barberton High School on the left here to start and Teays Valley High School on the right. Barberton coming in rank 3, Teays Valley coming in rank 6, competing to play rank number 2 Penta Career Center in the semis. We're actually coming to you here with game number 2. In game 1, Teays Valley was able to get the win. A bit of an upset here being the 6th seed and are up 1-0 in this first 2-3 series. See if they could continue that trend today, or Barberton's going to claw it back here on Kings Row, a hybrid favorite that we have seen from teams. And now not much patch changes have come out since the recent changes in February for the new season. But looking at this lineup, this is a lot like we've seen out of the premier teams as recent. As the doors are going to drop, the teams are going to drop on out here. It looks like Barberton is doing a corner hold, and that is going to go ahead and catch Teays Valley by surprise. They are going to get walled off, but having that Doom Fist is going to allow him to jump right on out as the Doom gets a huge punch, and that is a lot of land grab for Teays Valley. Able to go in. Elemental, though, is going to go big mode and is going to find Mag. Yeti finds Silent Storm. Shadow finds JK right there, and it looks like it's going to be a cleanup for the side of Barberton. What looked really good for Teays Valley was turned on its head in seconds there, as Barberton was able to rally in time and hold that point. A job well done there by Barberton, and picking something like the Doomfist, that is a tank that we have not seen a lot in competitive play. It was able to get them a lot of space, but the downside is he can be really, really squishy, and Barberton taking advantage of that. Grinch there was not able to protect the back line. Is able to get around these May walls, though. Well-placed wall by Yeti, but a Doomfist has a lot of mobility as they are going to go ahead and jump onto the back line of Big Phoenix, but Big Phoenix is still alive somehow, able to live a way longer than they should have on that one, as 2Gam's going to pick up a return kill. Grinch is slept, is going to go back in right now. The teleporter is able to get Yeti to safety, as Grinch is going to be antied. Needs to look to get some of that temporary health back. Going to slide on out to get healed up by the supports. Teays Valley, though, they got Yeti, and it is a lot longer of a walk for Barberton than Teays, as Grinch jumping back in. These sleeps have been clutch out of Shadow right here, and Grinch is going to fall, as Mr. Wid's going to find one. Teays going to find another. JKYP's going to find two right there. But Big Phoenix not going to be able to use that charged up beam as Silent Storm takes it down. It looks like Teays Valley is going to go ahead and grab this first point cap. A job well done there. A very scrappy fight out of both of these teams. You absolutely love to see it, both holding on down to the last few players here, as no ultimates have been built up yet. Actually, just now Elemental has their ultimate. Shadow did have the nano, but its use was limited here, as we'll see. Really going to look for when Yeti builds up that snowstorm, as Big Phoenix, though, is going to get the sim wall. Symmetra becomes very deadly in these tight corridors like this with the turrets. And on Kings Row, looking for those elongated fights. Once Teays gets up to this corner, them and Barberton gonna have a showdown for sure. But Grunch wants to start things off early. Gonna go ahead and catapult on in. Come on down with the Meteor Strike. Gonna look to cut off the supports in this room. Can Elemental save them? Elemental's gonna go ahead and grab that health pack, as Mag's gonna find 2Gam there. As now JK's gonna be on the flank. It might be a bit of a late pop right there by Elemental. See if they can get it done, though. The healing is just not gonna be enough, as now Teays is gonna round this corner home free. Grunch trying to stop Yeti from getting away. Yeti gonna use all the tools in May's kit, walling themselves off here. See if Grunch can break through. Just gonna go ahead and punch him in the wall right there to get that stagger, as now the cart pushes on forward. Teays rounding the next corner as well. I love this aggressive play here by Grinch, able to just stand far forward. That second corner there is one they usually fight on, but Grinch is gonna go even further. Is gonna go ahead and catapult on as Shadow fell off. Mr. Wid is going to be able to finish off Big Phoenix. JKYP finds Elemental, and Grinch on this Doomfist is showing him how it's done. Catapults forward and finds more picks, as this sets up Teays for a huge push. Talking about those couple of corners they rounded there are usually points where the defending team Barberton here could host some type of hold. But the aggressive play out of Teays just let them walk right by this without a fight. Really good game sense, really good aggressive gameplay here. They are backing up the game mechanics with the game theory here, as now We're gonna go ahead and drop something to get the range, and Grinch jumping it as always. Gonna find Big Phoenix before he falls there. But the card is almost all the way in. JKYP is gonna go ahead and find 2-Gam. A great setup there on the Bastion. Gonna be able to get some targets off, but Yeti finds Silent Storm and Elemental. This tank for Barberton is not anywhere near death. Gonna set up the kill for 2 as they push back Teays right at the finish line, wanting to hold on to this game right here. Grinch doing a great job of standing back. Not wanting to sacrifice anything too early. Barberton, their first time in a while, looking to get some sort of setup. Swapping over to the Bastion as well. A duel of the Bastions here. Definitely a meta we've seen before. See how these two Bastion players play. And it, contrary to popular belief, Bastion takes a lot of aim because if you can hit more of those shells, you can do more damage. As the Kitsune is going to be countered with the Blizzard, though, as Elemental and Yeti going to be the first ones to get off, but Grinch is in the back line. Does have the Kitsune, but it looks like Elemental's able to get 3 in the back line, as now Grinch is just all alone here, going to be burnt down by the Maga. Barberton, with 3 minutes left on the clock, is able to secure a hold on this cart. Barberton with a great response there, saving the Blizzard for the Kitsune, using the confined area of this 3rd point on King's Row to force Teays into that Blizzard, kind of counteract to the Kitsune in a way, let them get a lot of space, a lot of playtime, separate the front from the back line. Job well done there. As you can see, Maga looking for the smash down, not able to push Mr. Wid off the map, but it looks like, though, JKP and Big Phoenix gonna find some trades, as now Yeti is gonna try and snowstorm the back line, but not before Caught Shadow is gonna find an anti on the Grinch. That's no tank for Teays here, as Grinch swapping over to the Orisa, trying to get the cheeky boop on to Elemental, but is not gonna go ahead and get it there, as Elemental finishes off the last few member of Teays. And this final point on King's Row, ask any Overwatch player, this is a tough one to break once the defense gets a hold. And you can look, they still have an ultimate advantage there. Elemental is ready, as well as Caught Shadow with that Nano. Phoenix almost has the Bastion already, and 67% towards another Blizzard. Whereas Teays a little bit behind, only has Silent Storm right there. JKYP, though, gonna jump down, try and get a cheeky pick, but is gonna be found out, as there comes the Nano plus the Maga, and that's gonna be a lot of damage in the face of Teays, and they're not gonna be able to handle it, as Elemental dishes out the big damage and finds everyone, even Mr. Wid here, hiding in the back, and are going to run off right there. Though no tools were used by Teays, they just built up a few of their ultimates a little bit. That is a Nano down. This could give them an opening to even up that ult economy, find some sort of angles, as Phoenix falls really low. Mag is going to be able to pick him off, as there falls Elemental. That's a healer and a tank down. Oh, and the go time from Silent Storm just might be the final thing in the coffin here, as Teays unleashes all of their ultimates that they build up over these last few rounds. The Blizzard might be a little too late, but Yeti actually able to get 2, Silent Storm and Mag, before MRG Wid is able to take him out. And now the push on forward, 2-Gam, only one left here. Elemental is going to try and section off the Bastion, is going to be able to get it with the help of Big Phoenix's ultimate. Would look like a win for Teays. Yeti was able to hold them off just long enough for the team to come back. And with 30 seconds left, Barberton is able to hold on in the slimmest of margins here. See what Silent Storm can do, as Teays, they're going to get one last final fight for this. They want that cap. They want to guarantee either a win on this map or another shot at it. They don't want to give Barberton that defined distance. They're going to walk up right now. The wall is huge. It's going to find Grinch. They're able to break it quickly, though. JKYP is going to be in a shootout with the Maga. Going to force him back. The Terror Surge is ready from Grinch. 9 seconds. They need to fight through and touch. But before they can, Yeti and Big Phoenix come up big. Mag and Grinch fall. JKYP is next. And Barberton holds on this 3rd point. Even before that corner turn, they're going to hold them at 59.21 meters here, as we flip sides and the attackers become the defenders. An incredible round 1 from both teams here. Teays coming out super strong, able to punch through so fast on that 2nd capture point, especially. It's usually a fast one for the attackers to win, but this one was fast even with that in mind. Not really ever being stopped here, and thought for sure with all that time they would be able to cap this 3rd one, but Barberton was able to hold on so well. They were able to just do such a good job of holding on to their ultimates, and a hero play there by Yeti, throwing out the Blizzard last minute, miraculously able to find 2 picks. but it wasn't even really the picks because that still made it a 3 versus 1. It was the fact that Teays had to stop pushing the cart and had to deal with Yeti, which bought so much time for Yeti's teammates to respawn, and what was a 3v1 quickly became a 3v4 with an ultimate advantage for Barberton. That fight was key in letting them hold on in those final minutes there. As now the side swap, and we see now a third tank pick out of Grinch. We have seen lots of swaps, but being on 3 tanks for an extended amount of time like this is something new. Grinch showing off the whole playbook here. Now bringing out the Doomfist, then the Orisa, now the Sigma. See what that could do as both sides still staying on that Bastion format. JKYP on the Sim. Seeing what could be done here. 2-gam, swap it over on the Kiriko. See what they could do. Elemental sticking on the Maga. An interesting tank, been in and out of the meta here. Elemental seems to definitely like playing it on this King's Row map. An interesting one to use it for sure, but it's been working so far. It's now going to look to find that damage. Grinch is going to find a Shadow right there. A tough angle to find, but Grinch able to line that one up. Lots of damage coming out here. Lots of members of Barberton dropping really, really low. Elemental is going to have to run away here. Silent Storm finishes them off before they could get back to the base to spawn in time. As this looks like chaos on the side of Barberton. Teays having a really good hold here. Using the AoE damage plus the concentrated damage from their characters, Sigma able to find people around corners, force them out of the hidey holes, just so that Silent Storm on this Bastion can mow them down in turret form. As a Zarya swap now for Elemental. An interesting pick here. We've seen Zarya used to counter a lot of this type of composition where there's just so much damage in your face. Is now Elemental going to charge forward, is going to find a rock to the face, but not before Yeti can find Mr. G Wid there. But Grinch is going to take that Elemental. That's going to be no tank. They need to get this return kill on Grinch, but that's going to be so many shields on that Sigma, and that's going to be a 1 fight there for Teays as JKYP finishes him off. Grinch sitting at 802 HP, dropped to 100 for a second, but that's the glory of Sigma. Always able to find more health when you least expect it here, and almost has that Gravitic Flux ready. The ultimate advantage in Teays' favor. 3 at 80, 2 are ready. See if they can use it. Barberton had some swaps, need to build those back up, need to build up those perks as well. See what they could do here. Ooh, as it looks like JKYP gonna find Big Phoenix. Teays, oh, the grab finds 4. Huge damage out of Grinch. That's going to be massive setup as all the ultimates start coming down from the side of Teays, as they still have 2 left. And they even overused ultimates there. The overall bombardment might not have been necessary, but hey, they still got 2 in the pocket ready to go. The Kitsune and the Symbol, 2 big ones at that. As now Elemental charging forward. A great wall there by Yeti. Grinch. Oh, the Blizzard. See who it connects with. Grinch was able to find 2 gam as it looks like Elemental's going to fall as well to JKYP. And Teays is just able to hold on to this point so well. 1:30. But it feels like that's not going to be enough almost, as Teays has just been able to significantly keep this one alive. There is a Nano ready and an Orbital Bombardment and a Coalescence soon. That Grav also going to be coming up for Elemental. See, Barberton, they might just have to throw everything at it all at once here. See if that's enough to break through, as Teays has had a rock iron defense. Thought their attack was strong. Now this Orbital Bombardment going to be used by Big Phoenix. Can't open it up. It is going to get a pick on the mag. That's huge. That's what you want, as Elemental finds Silent Storm as well. And they pop 2 ultimates, 3 ultimates, as now Barberton is going to storm onto that point and cap it with 40 seconds remaining. Sometimes Overwatch is just a Q button game, and Barberton able to save up enough of them to blast through Teays' defenses here. But Teays, they were able to hold it down, capping with only 30 seconds left. That's going to give Barberton less time than they probably would have liked, as Teays had much more than that with their faster cap. As now we'll see Grinch was able to get back in time as well. Barberton not going to have that added bonus. Teays had that really aggressive hold, that ability to push far forward, but Silent Storm is going to be made silent here, and anti and comboed up. Elemental finds the Bastion. Big Phoenix finds JKYP. Grinch going to get one back on Yeti, as here comes the grab, and that might just be the nail in the coffin, but Grinch is able to get Yeti through the grab, but it's not going to be enough, as Shadow and Big Phoenix are able to finish that off. Barberton keeps on a marching with 220 around this first corner. Are a couple more to move through here. See if they go that aggressive positioning. They did lose a couple of players that could be dangerous. They're going to opt for it anyway to stand up. They don't want to give Teays any more extra holds, but Teays definitely going to be able to get a hold, at least on the very, very end here, as JKYP Echo Swap coming out here. Gonna need to rebuild those perks, but sometimes you just need to swap heroes to get the job done. Grinch coming out with the Flux. Kitsune as well gonna drop. See if that's gonna be enough for Barberton to get a lot. The Blizzard's gonna come out by Yeti though, and that's gonna freeze him up. The Kitsune might have made him move fast, but it made him run right into a Blizzard as Yeti's able to get a lot of picks lined up for the team. Barberton is gonna come crashing through on this second point here and gonna go ahead and grab the cap and get us to the third leg of King's Row. You can see right there, that outline, that is as far as Teays was able to get it there. And that is a position Barberton needs to push to. Brutal Bombardment, it's gonna be dangerous in a corridor like this. Tugam is not gonna be able to get it, gonna fall right there. Barberton, they're all really low. Grinch is gonna be able to push a lot of them back. Elemental is gonna be the lining back up for the team, but Grinch finds two. They didn't back up far enough. The Stigma's able to get bouncing grenades of damage in. JKYP finds Elemental, and Barberton there is forced on back. See what they can do now. Respawn's coming in. No swaps yet. They do have the Nano, but Grinch has the Flux. They also almost have, on the side of Barberton, a grab there as Elemental just finds Grinch. Just too far forward. Mag trying to get some damage and is going to fall. This looks really dangerous for Teays here as Barberton charging forward. Silent Storm in that turret mode is going to be antied and finished off. Hot Shadow charges forward. See what they're going to be able to do here. Can a hold come out from Teays? You can see the golden lines of victory there within the sights for Barberton. 1 minute and 38 seconds left. The wall is going to force Grinch back. Still a player on the corner. Going to find the Flux. That's on the 3. Squishy's right there, but the Nano on themselves and on the Zarya is going to line up for the grab. But JKYP found a couple, but Elemental is every kind of super powered right now. It is going to find 3 as Yeti and Gam finish off the last couple. Barberton is going to make it a series here as they take game number 2 and tie this series up 1-1. A job well done by both teams here. A close game till the end, but Barberton just able to eke that one out. Elemental, a very, very player of the game tank player here. Right here, gets nanoed, charges in, finds lots of damage. Exact same sort of play that they went for on the end of the last round there to go ahead and win that one off. A job incredibly well done there by Barberton, holding their ultimates for those key moments. And while it got really close on that first capture, once they were able to get the cart moving, they never really got stopped. As we'll see what these teams do for game number 3 when we get back from this quick break. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this matchup between Barberton and Hayes High Schools here. As Barberton taking that last map, and Teays with the first one, making it a 1-1 series here. As now we're going to Flashpoint Servasa, which was Teays' choice of map here. So we'll see what happens on Flashpoint. Now, Flashpoint, definitely, Flash is the right name, as it is very quick control points that both teams have to secure. Servasa, a map that is known for having just a lot of map, a lot of buildings, a lot of corners, a lot of very tight spaces, makes stuff that you're seeing make a lot of sense when you see like the Junkrat or the Reaper or the Moira, even Ana with the splash damage here. Elemental opting for something like the Junker Queen makes a lot of sense too. You get a lot of potency out of her abilities. Grinch on the Doomfist. Doomfist will definitely get a lot more Doomfist ability on a map like this, and has been able to pilot it really well so far. So see what Grinch could do here. As now gonna go ahead and jump right onto Yeti, who is on the Junkrat. Yeti forced the catapult on back, as now stuck between an interesting spot as Big Phoenix going on a long flank. The Flashpoint's gonna unlock in a second here. Grinch gonna look for an angle. Now Big Phoenix, though, on the flank, gonna walk up, find some damage into the back of Silent Storm there, as Elemental's gonna be the one to finish him off, and that's gonna be the first person to fall. Teays, though, they did get the capture. They're gonna get some quick percentage on this. See if Barberton could go ahead and claw back with that extra man advantage, but Grinch is doing a great job of making space, doing what the tank needs to do, and pushing back Barberton, holding them at this door choke. Jumping forward here, Big Phoenix forced to even go into fade mode, as even down a player. Teays doing such an incredible job holding this one off. JKYP, though, might have stepped a little too far forward. Gonna go ahead and need to slide out, but able to get out in the nick of time, as Grinch is slept. That might be the angle to sleep. The anti-elemental's gonna take him out with 60% left on this flashpoint. See what they can do is now, that's the tank down for Teays. Gonna make it a near impossible hold, as Big Phoenix finds Mr. Gwyd. Yeti takes out Silent Storm. Another sleep. Huge props to Shadow in this whole series. Seems to be hitting every honest sleep needed, as now 3, 4, 5% as Barberton has taken this flashpoint, sitting at 85% right now. Teays really wants to be able to claw a victory right here, as they only need to win one fight. Cap this point. Grinch. Oh, the fist is gonna go a little bit wide. The sleep, the boop, the anti. Gonna get out on 200 HP though, just in the nick of time. As now a huge ult by JKYP finds everyone on Barberton, takes out 2, lines up for 2 more kills. Big Phoenix is chased away, and Teays is gonna for sure capture this flashpoint, unless Big Phoenix finds some hero play. But Grinch already knows where they are. Finishes them off with that clean headshot, as now the 1-0 in flashpoints goes up to Teays here. It is a first to 3 flashpoints. See who can get there first. Big Phoenix. Been looking for flanks before. On one again. Does have that Death Blossom. Yeti was spotted, though. That might give Big Phoenix's position away. Oh, Yeti. Just use an aggressive tire in the beginning. Is going to be able to find one onto Mag. That's a support down. Is going to fall, though, as Mr. Gwyd finds him. Elemental finds Silent Storm. Grinch is going to be able to chase down Big Phoenix, as all these exchanges happening before the flashpoint even unlocks. The Meteor Strike from Grinch finds Shadow. And this looks like a DPS Doomfist from the years of old, as Grinch has found so many targets here and sets up Teays to take this first sight, as this is looking a lot like old Doomfist Grinch, jumping around, dealing tons of damage. See what they can do here. Stepping forward, though. This is not what old Doomfist would do. This is the mind of a tank player. Walking forward, stoking in damage, taking up that space. That's what you love to see from tank players here. As a huge Reckoning is going to be able to find every single one on Teays, who's now antied, and that sets up Big Phoenix for the Death Blossom of the game right there. Finds 3 as they claw this point back, and this is a back and forth you want to see in a quarterfinals match as Barberton uses some ultimates, uses some DPS of their own to go ahead and set up for this next flashpoint and take it back at 50%. As now the ultimates are about actually in Teays' favor, as jumping forward, Grinch is going to find a lot of damage there. The big AoE shield is going to come from Elemental. The anti is going to line up. Lots of damage coming out, but the beat from Lucio saves the whole team. JKYP finds 2GAM with it. Mag turns up the power and turns up the heals, saving the team there with that huge Lucio ultimate. It's going to give Teays the point back. Grinch, though, in a little bit of danger there. Forced to full combo on out. Reaper can heal from dealing damage, so... And a very interesting 1v1. JKYP has this ultimate, is looking to line it up again. They have vision of where Barberton's coming through. Grinch is going to find 2GAM in the backline. Gets slept. There's no one really there to finish him off, as he is going to be able to get that ultimate. Flies on back down, trying to kill Shadow. Lines it up to find it as JKYP ults and holds down the point from the rest of the team. Grinch able to split the team in two, and Teays able to gobble them up as 2-0 on this flashpoint map here so far. Grinch finds 2GAM. Gonna rocket on forward. Looking for more here. Few ultimates coming online from Barberton. They have the tire, but they have the nano as well. Big Phoenix almost has the Death Blossom. Silent Storm, the only one with the ultimate on the side of Teays. Mag might be able to get one built up in a little bit, but Elemental's going to pick him off. That's going to make that difficult as the tire comes in and finds one. Big Phoenix finds another. Elemental's going to get that nano, as this is going to be a cleanup in one fight before the flashpoint even unlocks for Barberton. Few buttons pressed. Fight one here, as they do a great job of saving it for a moment in which they can win and finding that angle here. As now it looks like Elemental's going to be in kind of a tight situation. They're looking to get these aggressive picks on the Teays. They're going to find one on the Big Phoenix and JKYP. As it looks like they might also find one on the Silent Storm here, and that's going to be really bad for Teays, as they're going to have to wait the 10 seconds for those respawns to come in before they can really get a true contest off. That's going to buy some time for Barberton as well. They did use 3 ultimates there, maybe a couple more than they needed, so any time that they have to recharge and build up those ultimates to start to meet Teays is going to be helpful. Elemental has the Rampage ready. If Teays comes down that walkway, it could line up for a huge one here. As Yeti, though, is just going to go ahead and blow up Mag there. As now Teays comes in, but they're coming in a little weak. And there comes the Rampage to finish him off, as Caught Shadow and Elemental find the final few, as it's just going to be Mr. Gwyd. As now a flashpoint taken for the side of Barberton. We have a series and we have a map here, as now 1-2 as the next flashpoint gonna unlock here. 30 seconds till it does, and that is a long time in a game like Overwatch. That's a whole fight's worth of time. You can see whole teams fight and respawn in the time it takes to move to a flashpoint. Teays gonna get that aggressive hold on it. They do have more mobile characters like this Doomfist, like this Lucio. Lucio can power up the team to be there too, but it looks like Yeti's gonna just come flying onto the objective, looking for a pick, saved by the supports. Bridge flies all the way in. That might just be a little too far, as Elemental's gonna be able to take him out with the knife. As Teays might have made it there first, but are they gonna be there last? As now the anti comes out. Big Phoenix, 2GAM, and Yeti each pick up a kill. And that's going to be the last one down on the side of Teays. Barberton caps this one, and while Teays might have had the ground, they couldn't hold it. Barberton comes charging in now with 4 ultimates to their name. This is going to be a huge next fight. Here's Mag building up the Lucio beat. Grinch almost has an ult as well. See what these teams could do opening with the Coalescence. That's going to give Barberton a lot of distance. But now Lucio's going to set it up. JKYP is going to start dishing out that damage. Fire in the hole coming out. Yeti's going to fall. Coalescence finds 2 more. And while the ultimates were used, Teays used more, and they used them on target, as Teays captures this objective here and gets some much needed percentage on that board, as they just want to finish this one off. They don't want to bring it to a quintessential number 5. They just want to win this map. But Phoenix and Shadow, they have their ultimates ready. They could have made the choice after Barberton used everything to save, not use theirs, and guarantee a win fight at the end here. But they still need to be able to pull that one off as the Meteor Strike comes crashing down. Gritch, though, is swept by Shadow around the corner. Not before Shadow can take out 2Gam, though. Is going to find an interesting place to be in a room of 3 enemy heroes there. JKYP and Big Phoenix going to get some trades off, though. Gritch dropping low, needs heals. Flies on back. There is a man advantage, but here comes those ultimates. The Nano going to be on to Shadow and Elemental. Elemental finds Silent Storm. Grinch, though, finds Yeti. Shadow with another clutch sleep on the Doomfist is going to help Elemental, but Doom is awake. Grinch is back up. The Rampage is going to find one target here, but is that going to be enough? So it looks like Phoenix is going to use that Death Blossom in the backline. Not going to be able to find any picks. As 99% right now. Teays, they're just looking to win this fight. Can they do it? They're all low, but so's Barberton. Elemental keeps on healing, keeps on finding those headshots, but the members of Teays just keep on coming. Gritch finds 2Gam, Elemental finds JKYP. Teays jumps back on, Gritch is here, Gritch is low, flying around, they're trying to keep this one alive. They still are the capping team, so no percentage over to Barberton yet as Elemental finds Silent Storm, Gritch finds Yeti, Yeti finds Mag. This might be it as Gritch finally flies on out with no one there to support. Barberton, this point they need to win it. They're holding on 66-67. One lost fight is a lost flashpoint and a lost game here, and that would bring Teays to match point right now as Elemental dropping low, throws the knife, able to get some healing. These two teams posturing as it might be time though for Teays to make a move as this percentage is going to drop low. Big Phoenix finds Mr. Gwyd. That's a central support down. JKYP is looking for something here. Not be able to find it. Yeti finds Mag. Yeti finds Silent Storm. Yeti finds 3 with the help of Elemental to hold on and tie up this flashpoint map with a 2-2. That wasn't even the final one there. They scrapped over number 4 as now these teams, this last flashpoint is going to decide who wins this map and who takes a lead in this series. First 2 won by Teays, second 2 won by Barberton, but that third one was by no means an easy victory. Fought to the very, very end there, back and forth, as Teays, as always, going to go ahead and get the first hold, see if they can hold on to it. They have 3 ultimates, but Barberton is building theirs. If they want that advantage, they need to start using these soon, as go time is called, but here comes Yeti with the tire. The tire is going to find 2, as the Rampage is going to find 1 as well. That's going to give Barberton the man advantage here. The Barberton saved a lot of their ultimates. They might be happy to fall here. Ooh, looks like Grinch, though, going to go ahead and use that Meteor Strike. They might be trying to fight for one back. They still got some players as Grinch finds 1, finds 2. The Doomfist in the backline is unstoppable as Elemental falling a little bit low. The Coalescence is canceled as Mr. Gwyd comes flying in with one of their own. He's going to find lots of healing, lots of damage. As the punch on what looked like a one fight for Barberton, Grinch was able to clutch, bought time for the team, and the first cap over there to Teays now. Grinch doing a great job on that Doomfist. Mag was able to build up that support element as well. JKYP is going to be ready. See what they could do though. Big Phoenix coming in with the Blossom. Shadow swapping over to the Juno, has the Orbital. These two teams evenly matched. The Orbital to go ahead and engage. Big Phoenix wants to look to use this ultimate. Grinch dropping really low. Silent Storm at some point fell off the map. Yeti finds a kill as well. Teays locked in a corner, but Big Phoenix is walled off. JKYP uses that time to find a kill onto Yeti. See what they can do here. Grinch finds another on the Shadow. You might have a man advantage, but if Grinch is still alive, there's still a play to be made. Eats the Death Blossom as 2Gam coalesces as well. They still have the cap. Just gonna go ahead and look for these kills as it looks like Mag's gonna jump on point to try and stall the cap, and it looks like another ultimate coming out. Barberton still hasn't taken control of this one as they start to fall, as Teays starts to get win after win here, as it looks like it is going to be Teays that wins Servasa. It is going to be Teays that is going to grab a map in this series and take the lead going in the game. Number 4 here as Yeti's pushed off the map by JKYP, and Teays holds on. 3-2 win right there, as they are going to go ahead and go up in this series 2-1. A job well done. Grinch on this Doomfist, I gotta say, has had a phenomenal, just a phenomenal performance. JKYP though here did a great job lining it up. This point is so good for that ultimate. Found lots of kills, lots of damage. But the hero of this game really fortes had to be Grinch on this Doomfist, a character you don't see a lot, but definitely coming here to show off those hero mechanics. A job incredibly well done. Now we'll see if Teays is able to close this one out at match point, or if Barberton is going to take us to a game number 5 when we come back from this short break. Welcome back, everyone, to game number 4 of our reserve Overwatch quarterfinals here. Teays High School with the lead in this series, 2-1, taking on Barberton High School here. But that lead is misleading because these two teams have been fighting every map and neck and neck. Just what you want from a playoff game like this here. As 6th seed Teays and 3rd seed Barberton facing off to play number 2 seed Penta Career Center in those semifinals and looking for a chance to go to the finals and looking for a chance to be our Overwatch Reserve State Champions for the 2025 season. As now we're hopping on over to Junkertown for Escort here. The Escort map type is just all about pushing that cart forward. See lots of different gameplay innovations with that in mind. They're very long maps, especially as they're very open because, I mean, you got to have somewhere to move the cart. So you will see a lot of hit scan, a lot of long range play rather than more of the tight corners we've seen on other maps. And you can also see a lot more interesting gameplay. For instance, the cart will heal attackers, so attackers will hug around the cart. You'll see a lot of interesting mechanics and holds here as teams, they're really just fighting about that distance number rather than capturing area here. As Grinch gonna get this one started off and flying into the face of Barberton is gonna be slept but saved by the supports and flies out just in the nick of time as under the first bridge they go. We'll see what Barberton can do here as the jump on is not going to get anything, as Elemental, though, is going to find Silent Storm. Mr. G Wind is going to go ahead and get a pick back. See what Grinch can do here. Flies on forward. Elemental now looking to dish out some of that damage as the stop the payload is the objective. The fight looking to wrap up here as now Grinch pushes on forward. JKYP and Mr. G Wind find those picks, find those eliminations. As the first point looks like it's going to be a cap here for the likes of Teays. Barberton still has an opportunity to hold at the door. Junkertown, known for these type of door holds, but Grinch wants to keep that one from happening. Goes ahead and finds the Bastion there and hops on back down. And the payload has reached its objective with lots of time to spare for Teays, who are definitely gonna need it, as Barberton has been able to put up a really good fight this series on the escort portion of Hybrid on Kings Row. Barberton was able to hold for a very long time on the end. See if they can do that again. It's Grinch looking for an angle. Elemental, though, is gonna find JKYP before he can. Is gonna ult right on top of him, but isn't able to get a kill off of that one here. Looking for the Ana. Isn't going to quite be able to find it. Forced to jump back out. Down a teammate. Down a life. Is Elemental on the Maga. Finishes him off. Finds another onto Mag. Barberton able to hold on the long second route here and stop the payload in its tracks as 4 minutes and 30 seconds left for Teays. It sounds like a lot of time, but the longer defenders hold, the more dug in they get, the harder it's going to be to root them out. As Yeti, though, gonna get caught here as the swap over to Sigma by Grinch is gonna go ahead and line up that pick for them perfectly, as that's one person down for the side of Barberton. JKYP with some crazy aerial mechanics is gonna be Slutwick, is gonna force back Ana, and now the fight is gonna break out even more as it looks like ultimates are gonna be pulled. Coalescence gonna come out. Let's see if they can do it here. Big Hero Phoenix is gonna be forced back. Grinch gonna find a pick. Elemental, last one remaining on this Maga. Can he hold for all of Barberton? The Blizzard, though, by Yeti gonna come out last minute. That's gonna get quite a few freezes as Grinch goes down. Mag goes down. Everyone goes down as Elemental was able to just dish out so much damage on that Maga. A one fight for Teays turns around quickly. Yeti with another Hero Blizzard in an escort situation was able to go ahead and get 3 picks. Done it before and will do it again. Yeti able to use these clutch of blizzards to hold ground and hold so much time for the team, redeeming themselves after that initial pick right there. Gonna be forced back as it looks like Maga Elemental pops the ultimate, trying to keep the fight centered, trying to keep the fight going. Teays, they just need to break through this defense, but Silent Storm is gonna fall to Yeti as this is gonna be Barberton's moment to charge forward, and Elemental's gonna take it. Gonna find one pick and gonna back up here. Saved by the supports. The Gravitic Flux, though, might be able to get multiple targets. As Elemental gonna go low, gonna be shattered. It finds 3. Grinch able to get so many eliminations with it. The tank ultimates are so strong. Living, not living, almost surviving there as Mr. Gwyd finishes off Yeti. And this is going to be a scraps of the team of Teays that cap, but it's going to be Teays that caps at 2:20 left on this point. As now they're only going to get a little bit of time back, but that's going to be a lot of time because every second counts. Elemental just shooting for that ultimate charge here, fighting through this side exit room. Might not be able to get any picks out of it here. Is going to be forced to run away. Mag coming back with the boop. JKYP though finds 2cam and the little skirmish. The issue with having these petty squabbles beforehand is sometimes they can become big ones. As Gridge finds the rock, it connects JKYP as well. This duo of Grinch and JKYP have been unstoppable this series, and they are unstoppable here on Junkertown. Rounding this first corner in a record time. Gonna fly around here and see with 3 minutes still on the clock for themselves. Going forward here, it is going to be Elemental on that engage. Grinch throws up the shield, trying to buy some time. Is going to eat a lot of that Maga damage. Saves the team that has 3 ultimates back at the ready. There are a lot ready on Barberton's side as well to fire on back. As we'll see what happens there. Grinch going to look for a connection. Is going to be able to find Yeti. That's 1 person down. Coalescence is out. Mr. Gwyd healing him up. JKYP is going to go down, but is that going to be enough? As it looks like Teays is going to charge forward here and find some eliminations. Fighting back, though. Maga gets the ultimate down. It's not going to be enough as Silent Storm and Gridge line it up and take it out. Orbital going to be unleashed by Phoenix. See if they can find anyone. It's going to find Mag. Is that the pick that Barberton needs? Only time will tell. As the anti is going to connect on the Grinch. Grinch is going to die before it can land. Yeti finds them. As it looks like it might have been enough as Yeti, once again, the hero that Barberton needs, shuts them down right at the goal line. Under 2 meters there, 1.3. That is an incredibly slim margin there, but they were able to get it done. The issue is it took everything they had. Not much left in the tank for Barberton. Teays still happy as can be. Walking back, Kate. JKYP has ultimate. Mag has ultimate. They're going to be looking to use those here to secure as much land as they can. They're going to break it down real quick and go on forward. Elemental going to charge forward to try and get as much distance as he can, but it's not going to be enough. As it looks like Critical is everyone, as now swaps coming out from all sides. It's a bloodbath as Mr. Gwyd, the DPS Moira, connects 2, connects 3 for the team. Yeti, the last one remaining, builds the Blizzard when he dies. The team kill as Teays taps this one with 1:02 left on the clock. A job well done there by Teays. Barberton held off a lot of time. That first 5 minutes was really daunting, really scary. Imagine if they ended the game with that. So Barberton ate up over 4 minutes of time, but they still weren't able to get that last minute as Teays got that final cap, that final touch to give them the 3 captures, which means either Barberton will have to tie them and will go into an overtime where all they do is do it again, or Teays has a chance to hold Barberton throughout this whole map, and it only takes the time running out for Teays to be crowned the winners of this quarterfinals and move on to the semis. As we see some interesting hovers, a Far Mercy. We saw that last week in some of our matches in the premier competitions here. Far Mercy being a very popular combination, especially with the perks on both characters, really enabling it, giving both more of the usage of their abilities. It sounds really basic, but Far Mercy really comes down to cycling those abilities, cycling that healing. And when you get perks, that just makes that stronger. If you find 2 characters that work symbiotically like that, it just makes everything so much exponentially stronger. So far, Mercy has been loving the changes. A Roadhog pick here for Elemental, bringing him back to his hometown. See how that plays out right here. As now, it looks like before they even get out of the gate, Yeti's going to be sniped down. Opted to go through the lower entrance might not have been the greatest choice there, as JKYP finishes him off. Grinch dishing a lot of damage out. See what they could do here. The Ash pick is looking like it's going to be a swap off. Maybe not. Biophoenix using it to heal back up. Ash, one of those sniper hit scan that's really, really good in a situation like this. See what they could do. Elemental on this Roadhog. looking for something, and Swap's gonna come out. JKYP finds one as another foul, but oh, that hook was nasty there. And that's gonna let BioPhoenix finish off Silent Storm as Elemental's gonna charge on forward here. See what they can do. It's Barberton coming out of the gates a little rough, but now they're on a roll. Escorting the payload, finding those picks that they need to. See how far they could get with this one. It's now Grinch though. JKYP is gonna be able to support each other a whole lot here, making this fight an even one. Teays fighting back strong, fighting back hard. See, those couple of picks are going to be enough to hold them back. The issue is Barberton's respawn. It's so much closer. They can get back so much faster. But JKYP here in the backline dishing out that damage. It looks like the cart has not been moved forward all that much. Choosing the Bastion grenade to shoot himself up on top. Trying to force him back. They swapped off Far Mercy Yeti on this Mei now. Kitsune dropped up by Barberton. This is going to be their go button. There's lots of damage though coming out from JKYP, and Grinch's Gravitic Flux is going to hold them back. Barberton can't seem to get an inch here as Teays is just keeping them locked down on the payload. JKYP finds BioPhoenix, and every moment you think Barberton has it in the bag, Teays just says nah and is able to hold on once again. Regardless of those early losses, just able to stay in their positions. And JKYP on this Bastion is just able to hit so many shots. You've seen them on other heroes do the same thing, but it is just so deadly on this Bastion. Gonna fly right up on top here. Forces Yeti to go into the ice cube there. JKYP, a clip farmer so far on this Bastion on this map. You love to see a Bastion like this, as now Grinch is going to go ahead and find a pick. Yeti, though, is going to throw the Blizzard. This time, though, Teays was able to avoid a lot of it, as Mag is going to find the pick onto Yeti in return. They are up a player still, as the fighting is going to continue. Damage continues to be dealt out. Heroes are going to fall here, and it looks like it's going to be Teays once again coming up on top. Grinch, though, is taken out by Elemental. Going to take a while for that Sigma to get back. Barberton might be able to use this window, but JKYP finishes off Elemento. Mag, though, is going to drop really low. As far as Teays holds, they're not going to have a tank to back them up on this one. They are going to go ahead and give the payload, give a little distance. Yeti going to find Mag, as BioPhoenix going to find JKYP. Yeti finds Silent Storm. Those are key staggers now, as it's going to take longer than that 10-second respawn for them to get back. Grinch is here and ready. Grinch needs to be careful, though, of that hook. Being hooked out might just be certain death right there. Is going to go ahead and try to eat up the damage. Is going to run away. Is going to barely get away now, as the Coalescence going to be popped. This might be an overextension out of Barberton. They might have charged too far forward here, as it looks like JKYP is going to find one with the orbital. BioPhoenix fights it back. They're swapping back and forth. Elemental was able to fight JKYP. Looks like Barberton's going to take the edge in this one, as Soft Shadow is going to be able, on this Kiriko, to find multiple picks here, as the touch, with only a little bit of time remaining by Barberton, secures them another step in this map, fighting for their lives in this series, fighting for their lives in this tournament. Barberton does not have nearly the time. Mag, 2 HP there on that teleport, cutting it really close. Barberton does not have the same one game between them that Teays does. Barberton needs to win this to stay alive in this series for a chance to further themselves in the playoff. But Teays, they want to end this one right here. They don't want to take it to a game 5. The Blizzard, though, coming out for Barberton is huge. BioPhoenix and Yeti finds 2. Elemental picks up a 3rd. The core of the team frozen there. Yeti with the Blizzard is incredibly dangerous, earning the namesake for sure. A master of the snow here. Elemental taking out JKYP, pushing it on forward. 1:40 on the clock, ticking away. Coming forward now, Barberton flying through this second route really fast. This is where they had their really long hold, but Teays looks like they're not going to be able to get the same. As now, oh, Grinch, though, it's going to fly forward, use the Flux. BioPhoenix takes out Silent Storm. Grinch, though, finds one, but Bob is out, and Bob is angry. Takes out Mr. Gwyn. Elemental finds Mag. Shadow finds Grinch. And this Roadhog has been incredible so far in this series. Roadhog has seen a lot of back and forth in the meta, and right now in an interesting position, to say the least, but Elemental making it work. being able to find so many members of Teays out of position, and the tanks that Teays are playing, they just swapped to the Orisa here, but for that swap are really susceptible to that hook, and as well just being able to find those supports, play these interesting angles like up on the rotating fan here. JKYP though gonna jump up, looking for that damage, not quite able to get that pick. Yeti gonna be the next one in the sights, but JKYP forced to blast off 11 HP. These supports on Teays have it cut out for them for sure. As now though, Elemental is gonna go ahead and find JKYP and they're gonna fall. They're down one here. Barberton is gonna lose Phoenix, but it's gonna be at the cost of Grinch and Mr. Gwyd. Barberton has a multi-man advantage. The Torb swap now coming out from Teays. That might just be too little too late, as it looks like Shadow's gonna find Silent Storm. Grinch is gonna march forward here. They are gonna get one more contest, but look at those ultimates. 4 huge ones ready. Elemental gonna go whole hog here just to get that distance, just to get that range, to force back Teays to make this the final fight of this map. As now the Kitsune's drop, but Grinch is gonna find Elemental. The Blizzard though gonna come out from Yeti, see what they can do. The return Kitsune, everyone's ulting, everyone's popping off, but it's gonna be Barberton with the ultimates out first. It's gonna be Barberton with the kills out first, as Grinch is the last one standing. Grinch falls, Barberton pushes it forward and caps with a minute remaining. Only 2 seconds slower than Teays, even though they had 3 less minutes overall. Taking this to the overtime rounds here between these two teams. Wow, this is neck and neck for sure. You might have thought King's Row was close. Well, these teams show you close by playing Servasa Flashpoint down to the last point in the last fight. You know what? You thought Servasa was close. Let's have almost exactly the same time on an escort map, as now both teams going to get a chance to defend and attack once again with that remaining time. A 2-second advantage for Teays. Now, any advantage any competitive player will tell you they'll take, but 2 seconds is not a whole lot. It's nothing to write home about here. So we'll see if that ends up being impactful, but these teams realistically have the same amount of time, as now Teays is going to be on the defense first. And in this OT, it is just about how far you push the cart. In the miraculous event that both teams do push the cart all the way, it can result in a draw, but we'll see if these teams get to that point here. As with a minute left, you maybe get 1-2 fights with time, and then you're playing pure OT. Once you don't touch the point, the round is over. So this is purely about a scrap for distance, as we'll see what these teams can get done. As holding on to their same compositions, as they come flying out here, Barberton running up to the high ground. They've made great use of the high ground on this Junkertown map, but it looks like Mag is going to shut down BioPhoenix. BioPhoenix is going to be in a bit of trouble right there. As Mag finds another. Mag finds a third. Kiriko Sniper able to take down 3 and set this up for a first one fight here for Teays. And that stagger on the Yeti, while every second might not individually count, every 10 seconds is really going to count. And as we get under 10 seconds, every second is definitely going to start to count now. As Mag, the sniper Kiriko, was able to find 3. Can they do it again? Elemental charging forward, finds the hook onto the tank. Maybe not the target you're looking for. Is going to be cut off. Uses the hog heals to get out, but not before JKYP can find a support. They're all going to be low. Grinch able to eat up all that damage. JKYP finds 2 more as this Bastion is unleashed. The ultimates are almost coming out now. JKYP drops low and goes down. Elemental's trying to hold on to this one. It's pure overtime. Once they stop touching, it's GG's here on this point. Elemental is so tanky on this Roadhog. They take him out. The trickle from spawn, though, from Barberton. They are just so close to the spawn door, they can keep on touching. As the Ana sleeps, Gretchen makes the touch, but as the overtime gets faster, it's not going to be enough, and only 8 meters is how far Barberton can go. Teays feeling great right now. On match point, looking to win this series. Can they do it here? As 8 meters, that means that Barberton is going to have to practically stand on the cart at spawn to hold it. They might want to hold further back on that high ground, but if they do, there's a chance that Teays could just walk the cart to victory, to match point victory. So we'll have to see what Barberton does. We'll have to see if they swap up their competition or their composition in the next few seconds here. It'll be interesting to see what they can get done. All those notifications of perks equipped in that final fight, neither having the time to hit left alt and choose with their mouse. They were focused on hitting headshots, on getting damage, and swapping up those perks as well as in between rounds, often allowed to do. As Silent Storm opting for the heal on Bastion. One of the interesting things that perk healed in is it looks like Barberton going for a turret strat. Yeti on the Torb, Phoenix on the Sim. They're looking for that long fight. They're looking for those early advantages. Grinch flying out of spawn doors into the back line is going to look for that pick as the cart's going to push forward now. Barberton needs to touch, needs to hold. Grinch is creating chaos, though, making that hard. And JKYP is going to find Big Phoenix. Yeti, though, going to find Silent Storm, but that's not going to be enough, as just through sheer force, Grinch able to force them back, as now Teays wins map number 4, wins the series 3-1, and will face Penta Career Center next week. A job well done, a triumphant and strong victory here for Teays. Coming into this, the 6th seed, a 6 versus 3 match is not the one you would think would be the close one, but these two teams showing up, and 6 seed Teays takes the win and takes themselves to the semifinals to face off against Penta Career Center. A huge congratulations to them, and we are super excited to see how they play next week in the semifinals, and a final congratulations to them. And speaking of the semifinals, make sure to follow us here, follow us on our other stream where there is a game going on, and follow Esports Ohio on all social media to stay tuned as we bring you in these next few weeks our reserve playoffs, and then towards the end of the month, our regional, and finally our state championship premiere matches. So make sure to stay tuned, stay informed, keep following. I'm Carter. It's been my pleasure to bring you this match today, and I will see you next week.